Hello Leo, thank you for joining me for the June Psychic Tarot reading. This is for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon. My name is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. The Rock and Roll Prophetess, creator of the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is going to be, we are going to use, but I'm trying something a little different this month. I'm going to do 3 cards from one row from the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, one row from the Songs for the Journey Home Tarot, and then one row of the Tarot del Fuego. And then we're going to also put 3 cards for our Patreon peeps from the tea leaf readings, which were pretty cool. I like those. I think I might always use those cards for Patreon. Okay, so let's start. I did actually shuffle, but I'm going to do another quick little shuffle here and see what's in store for our Leo friends. Oh, this card was going the wrong way. Oh, I think I want to put it. I'm just going to stick it back in the deck. All right. This is what's going on for our Leo. Remember that the Chariot did come out. We'll see what happens. Leo for June of 2020. Page of Swords in reverse, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and 4 Cups in the upright position. Okay. Next, we're going to cut 3 out of the Tarot del Fuego. Let's see what we get there. Let me do a quick shuffle for Leo. Leo. 3 of Swords in the upright, Emperor upright, and Knight of Wands upright. Okay. Actually, these are going down here. I kind of did that backwards. These come next. I want the round ones in the middle. Okay, and then from the Songs for the Journey Home tarot deck. Got 5 of Wave Songs, which is 5 of Cups, Page of Earth Songs, and Page of Flame Songs. Page of Flame Songs might be you. It's the fire, it's the rods. But we have a lot of pages here, if you notice. We've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Page of Cups, and we've got the Page of Fire, rods. So there's a lot of energy around the news is coming. Now this is a big month because there is all these eclipses going on. I mean, it's just crazy. There's going to be a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is fire energy also, like you. That's going to be on the 4th or the 5th of June, depending on your location. And then next, we're going to have the solar eclipse on the same day as the solstice. And that's going to be June 20th or 21st, depending on your location. So it's a powerful month of change this time around for June. I mean, June, the solstice is always a big change. It's always it's a new season. It's always a big new thing that comes in. But in this case, this year, it's even more, prevalent and more powerful because we have that eclipse happening. So, it's big. I'm actually offering a reading on that. It'll be available to the end of June. We can find out more about that on my website. But it looks like news is coming about some kind of money thing, and it's not the news that you wanted to hear. Many people, things are being canceled, especially I know a lot of people, Leos, a lot of you are performers, and I know a lot of my musician friends, they play these big summer festivals and different things, and they're all finding out that it's canceled and it's off, or people who are planning on debuting their creative projects. I guess you could do it, but, you wouldn't really, movies are going straight to video now, and, so a lot of things like that are, being delayed, and it's across the board for everybody. It's not just Leos, and that could be the eclipse thing. Like maybe you were counting on that, and it's not gonna happen. But some other kind of offer does seem to be coming through and popping for you. So I heard popping fresh. That's that Pillsbury Doughboy. You stick your finger in his belly. Yeah. So something is popping for you, and don't spend too much time worrying about this stuff. You're upset about it. It's stressful, you're upset. It's like, I feel like more than anything, it's not just the money. I feel like, wow, you were just really, really looking forward to it, like something really fun. It does seem to be a work kind of gig thing here with the 9 of Pentacles. Usually this is the card of somebody who works for themselves too. And that cash isn't going to be there, but it's more of, this is something really fun that you really like to doing and everything, and it's not happening. This is you also. This is totally you, the Knight of Wands, whether you're male or female. This is the fire sign individual, and they've got this horse there, and look at, there's a key to a treasure. Look at that. there's some, if you can just get it into focus here. There we go. See that key to that, well, it's a key to a box, but it looks like a treasure chest to me. So there's some kind of key to a treasure. And this almost reminds me of like those kids games where you had to, you know, go through the maze and find your way to solve the puzzle, and then you get to the key of the treasure. There is a key to a treasure awaiting for you, and that's what this is talking about too. And the Emperor seems to be the one who is going to be offering it to you. The Emperor is somebody in a position of power or authority. It could be an Aries, as it's depicted on the card, but it could be anybody. Emperor is just somebody in a position of power and authority. What's standing out to me is this castle in the background here. If you could see that. There's like a castle. Hopefully I can get it in focus. Above his head, like a castle with an eye on it, and the crown on his head. So there's some kind of thing about this castle and this king or something. I mean, who knows? I mean, for somebody, maybe it's some royal performance or something. I mean, that could be true for somebody out there. But I mean, it's probably more of maybe some kind of, you know, the king, you're the king of your castle. You think of that's your home, right? So maybe there's some kind of thing you can do from home. Back on the thing of, you know, the creative people, many creative people are doing those, you know, those Facebook Live. There's this, I've been watching a lot of these, what's it called? It's a Facebook thing. But it's musicians from all over the world. And, you know, I've got turned on to a lot of cool new musical people that I'm really enjoying, and I'm following them now. And so, you know, it's, even though maybe some things are canceled, you know, there's other things you could be picking up. What's it called? I keep wanting to say Ingenuity Fest, but that's something completely different. But it's some kind of fest. It's a Facebook thing. You could find it, and it's just people from all over the world, and their, you know, music play. You know, they have spots. You have some, you know, you do your hour set or whatever. And I've been listening to some really cool stuff, and I would have never found these people if none of this was going on. They'd be out playing gigs, you know, local gigs or whatever you call busking or whatever. So you know, you could really, if you're a performer, which a lot of Leos are, you could really widen your audience. And even if you're not a performer, there's some things that you can do from home that, I know Leos, you like to be out and about, and that's, you know, being home is not fun for you, and it's not anything you really want to do. But it could be, you know, you could find that there's something. This card came up in somebody else's reading, and I said, this is the same analogy for you, I would say. You know, this is the Page of Pentacles, or whatever he's called, Earth Songs. And he's all tangled in the weeds and everything, but yet he can see the window. And it's like when the door closes, the window opens, you know. Don't be sad or despaired, or don't feel like you've been knocked back a lot of ways. I'm not sure if I put these back in the right way that they were. You haven't been knocked back. This is a key to the treasure. This is you, and so this card is probably the most prominent or the most important, possibly, in this spread. This is you, and there's some kind of key to some kind of a treasure, but it's not right in front of your face. You have to go through, and that has a castle on it too. So many of you are going to be working from home in your castle. And you might think, well, that's impossible. Like with the musician analogy, you know, well, we play gigs. That's not possible, but it is possible. You know, it may turn out to be possible. When the door closes, the window opens. There's a window on here. There's a window on here. So these windows are opening for you. And when you say window opening too, you think of it's a window of time too. So I think that you need to get in, I'm hearing get in on the ground floor. You could be getting in, because everybody's having to change and adapt during this time frame, you know. So there's a lot of new things that are springing forth here, you know. All right, hey Leos, a lot going on. If you want to order that eclipse reading, we could look at some stuff just for you, the eclipse solstice reading. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting me in all the ways you do. My stuff's been shut down too. They're not making the decks. And Amazon hasn't been selling the t-shirts, so a lot of my stuff's shut down too, but I'm, you know, it's all right. I'm just, you know, you just got to keep on keeping on. That's all you really can do, right? All right, everybody. Hey, if you're interested in that at solstice reading, you can find that on my chart. I have other t-shirts around too if you're interested in any of that. If you enjoy this content, please do hit the subscribe button. I want to thank you all for subscribing, liking, sharing, purchasing my wares, readings, and different things. These cards are going to be for our Patreon peeps. You can find out that information above or below. Thank you again. Have a great month of June, and I'll speak to you soon.